Hello. So I recently ordered some fake nose piercings from Amazon. They just came in, so I'm going to be trying these different types of nose piercings on and seeing how comfortable they are and I guess how convincing they could be. So I think I have 28 pieces here and they all came in this little black drawstring bag. So there's a lot to try on, so I guess I'm gonna take it one step at a time. So one of the things that caught my eye the most was this little guy. It's like a magnetic septum piercing, and I feel like most people have seen these guys like everywhere, mostly like on TikTok or like Instagram Reels. So basically, you're supposed to put these like kind of inside of your nose and like side, just kind of stick them together. Like, I don't know if it's like on your skin or like on your septum, but I don't know, somehow it's supposed to stay put and kind of make it look like it's a real septum piercing. So I guess I'm gonna try putting this on. So just putting it side here. Okay, so I feel like that worked pretty well. I'm not really sure how convincing this might look because I don't know if these are supposed to be closer or a little bit farther away, but I think they look pretty fine. The only thing about this is like everywhere, like no matter where I hear about these things or read about these things, there are always complaints about this not being comfortable. And like right now it doesn't hurt or anything, but I can definitely see why if you wear this for like hours or like pretty much the whole day, it could start to hurt. But I think this is pretty convincing. It's just not the most comfortable, but overall I think it's pretty cool because it does look like you have an actual septum piercing. So next, there's this little guy. And I feel like this is supposed to be a septum piercing. It looks just like a real one actually, but I think this is probably just supposed to go up your nose like this. And I mean, you can't really go wrong with this, honestly. Like, there isn't really a question of whether this is real or fake. And I feel like it would stay put throughout the day, and it is pretty comfortable. Pretty much you can't go wrong with this. It does look like a convincing septum piercing. I also tried making it a nostril piercing, and I felt like this looked and like felt more secure than the actual fake piercing that is supposed to be for the nostril piercing. Let me just take that out. This is the thing that is supposed to be for your nostril. So I think in theory this part is supposed to go inside, and then so in theory this side is supposed to go inside of your nostril, and then the other part is supposed to just rest up top like this, so it looks like you have an actual nostril piercing. I mean, I feel like it does look convincing, but I mean, I feel like it does look convincing, but it really does not, it doesn't feel stable, or it feels like it'll come off any second because it pretty much just did like a few seconds ago. I guess this could kind of work depending on, I don't know, the anatomy of your nose. And I feel like that stays true for like pretty much everything else on here. For example, I feel like this might depend on how thick your septum is. Not really sure if that's like a thing, but I feel like the general point is for all of these, it kind of, how well they will look or how effective they will be kind of depends on the anatomy of specifically your nose. So if you want, you can try a whole bunch of these piercings and see what works best for you, like I'm doing right now. So here is another one. I think this is also supposed to be a septum piercing. You're just supposed to put it up there. Pretty much just like, where's that other one? Pretty much just like this one that we tried. So let me try this. So yeah, it's pretty much looks like the same thing from the outside, but I feel like this one stays on a little bit more snug than this guy. But I feel like if you were to take this out and just put it out somewhere, it would just look like you do have a septum piercing, rather than if you just see this laying around, then you know you do have a fake septum piercing. But I don't think it really matters to most people. So if you had to choose one for a septum piercing, I don't know what it's called, but like a septum ring, I think this one is more snug, so it'd be better to wear like throughout the day, but both of them are pretty comfortable. I've seen this one around too, and I think it looks really cool, which is why people are like inclined to try it. But I tried it and I feel like on anyone who's ever tried it, it's like way too loose. So it makes it really obvious that your fake piercing is in fact fake. And I thought my nose in particular would be able to camouflage this, like the ring part, well, just because my nose tip kind of goes downward a little bit. But I feel like no matter what kind of nose you have, it's super obvious that this is not a real septum piercing. I think the magnetic one definitely looks more realistic, but this one is probably definitely more comfortable, but I highly doubt this is gonna stay on your nose for any more than 10 minutes. So this one is also a septum piercing. I guess you just, like the others, you just put them up there. And yeah, I feel like this is pretty much the same thing as this one, except just like a different design, obviously, but this is really pretty. I actually like this one. I feel like it is pretty secure, but maybe the fact that out here it's a little more heavy, it's more likely it won't like sit very snug on your nose. So just keep that in mind, I guess. Overall, I think maybe these ones were my favorite, and I'm gonna have to also say the magnetic one. Obviously, if you wear these, there is going to be a little bit of a sacrifice on how comfortable it is, but it really does look pretty realistic, at least on me. And I also liked this type this type only for the nostril piercing, because I feel like if you want to have a fake nostril piercing, this is the most secure way, and it feels really comfortable. So yeah, those are my thoughts. Let me know what you think. If you tried these, what works best for you. And yeah, I guess that's it. So see you later.